right, man. Let's talk about Jameson Williams. Kind of reacted to some of the backlash she got on social media about kind of liking some Lamar Jackson posts about Lamar coming to Detroit. People took it as disrespect or not liking Jared Goff. He said that wasn't the case. That, you know, people treat social media like real life, and it ain't really real life. But some of his reactions towards Jared Goff, just on the field. I mean, shit. Justin Jefferson did the same thing to Kirk Cousins. I think it was last year or the year after last, where he missed him in the back of the end zone. He was like, "F Kirk." But I think people really. I'm not the one that made the original observation. Somebody else made the observation, and I just started looking at some of the film and how they interacted. I don't really think he liked Jared Goff neither. And obviously he got to remain politically correct. You know, because for somebody, he's accomplished nothing in the National Football League yet to be able to have a voice, and that's how it works. You know, obviously they are unionized, but you got to be able to do something before you be able to be a leader. And him being injured, and he gonna miss a year, almost a full year, and then 6 games on top of that. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, for him to even have a voice that matters or have some validity in the matter, he got to do something. But, you know, you don't never throw your quarterback under the bus, no matter how bad it is. That's why I didn't really care for Doc Rivers and how they, you know, did with Ben Simmons. You know, they threw Ben Simmons up under the bus for no fucking reason. Even though Ben had a bad series, you don't throw Ben Simmons under the bus. That's bad leadership. And you don't conduct yourself like that. We a unit. We a team. You know what I'm saying? We all that good stuff. So, you know, we don't want no rabbits. We don't want no rabbits in our foxhole. You know what I mean? But he said it's just social media and people read too much in it. He liked Jared Goff. They got a good rapport, and you know, that people reading too much into it. And like I said before, social media is not real life, but to an extent, it basically is real life. I mean, you can hook up with girls on social media. You know, obviously you got to get them to their place and all that, or go to their place, wherever y'all meet, the hotel or whatever. And I understand that aspect of it, but you know, a lot of people think it's a real place. A lot of them girls you see on social media, you think they're 10 and you think they got booty. You meet them in person, and you know, shit, they're a dusty 5 or a murky 4. So a lot of people might look like they get it on social media. They look 16 with $500 million, and it don't really be like that. So he right. But who would want an MVP? You know, everybody think Jared Goff, because he did last year, it mean he gonna do it this year. It's a whole different expectation when you don't have expectations. You know. And if he ain't good this year, it's gonna be saying everything they're gonna be saying everything we were saying to go get Lamar Jackson. Or go find another quarterback. But then again, Brad Holmes learning to cover his own ass. He learning to cover his own ass. Because he went and got Hendon Hooker. He can say, well, we got Hendon. You know? So it's just a wait and see approach, but he young. People read too much into it, but so be it. He got to answer about the gamble. He got to answer about social media. I'm surprised they ain't asked him about being on 6 Mile and Schaefer yet, being in the hood. What MC8 say, ain't nothing good in the hood. I'm pretty sure that question coming too. They done pulled a girl out the car with her pajamas on for speed. She probably was speeding. White girl at that. Farmington Hills don't discriminate. Well, hold on, they do, but not in that case. But yeah, man, I mean, it is what it is, man. You live and you learn. You gotta understand, dude, my generation, we was the first generation that had something to do with social media. I really wasn't like into it until I got into college, and it was basically just to keep in touch with my high school homies and some of my college homies. That's basically that's what I pretty much use it for. Like, real talk, I mean, I ain't really into virtual hookups. I don't know how to text. Well, I know how to text, but I don't really know what, you know, when it's girls, like, this shit don't be having nothing to talk about, you know, when you text. So I guess the thing would be just be forward and direct about what you want. And they got somebody else pulled over too. They ain't playing no game. They got them pulled over in the auto shop. Or unless somebody jumped out and ran. But yeah, I guess that's probably pretty much what it is. But I'm more of a talker. I'm more of, I can hold a conversation, talk about a plethora of things. I read things, I watch different type of TV, and, you know, experience different things and shit. So that's kind of my thing. But yeah, you know, social media, it is what it is. Some people got it mastered down to making the highest dollar on it, and I ain't mad at it. But kind of first generation on there, bro, like, it's gonna, you know, we pretty much writing them commandments for social media. What you do, what you don't do, and then, you know, screenshot came along. I think Apple credit screenshot could be wrong, and that changed the game. So, but I mean, like I said before, he more trouble than what he worth right now, Jameson Williams, and kind of that's by, you know, his own admission. But that's kind of by his own fault. Because, you know, you can't control being injured, but you control what you do outside. And then after the second Viking game, there was a little scrum, and people say he need to mature. But people got to understand, dude, when that testosterone flowing and them, you know, everything going on with you as a man, you know, people, you can't really understand that when you're in an animalistic state. Some things just gonna be fun. You need guys that's gonna talk shit. You need rah-rah guys. You need guys that's gonna be a mouthpiece. You don't need all quiet guys that just go around, they go about their business like you one of them historic Notre Dame teams, the Nebraska Cornhuskers. I like the Jimmy Johnson Miami teams. You know what I'm saying? Howard Cosell, not Howard Cosell. What's his name? The first coach that was there. Called him Howard Cosell. Snellenberger. I like them type of motherfucking teams. Who gonna throw that shit in your face, bro? You know, you need players. You need players that's gonna go about their business and handle their business, and, you know, they gonna strap their nuts on when they need to strap them on, for sure. But you also need a mixture of guys. But you also need those guys that's gonna be running that's gonna be, you know, pretty much, you know, running their motherfucking mouth. You know, that's gonna be a rah-rah type. That's what you need. So I ain't mad at it. That's kind of where I grew up from. You know, in Detroit, you know, we all, like, if you grew up in the inner city, you play sports or whatever, you was in the hood, we all kind of talk that shit a little bit. So that's just what we do. You know, and if you was poor or you was on free lunch or shit like that, dog, you had to know how to talk shit. You had to know how to defend yourself. You couldn't fight everybody. You know? But yeah, man, you see some Detroit got some of the best shit talkers. New York, Philly, all the inner cities, Baltimore, all that shit. So that is what it is. But check out Detroit Lions Talk playlist. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. The subscribe button, hit the bell icon button, hit all notifications, increase your chance, get notifications. We go live and drop video. Financially, you want to support the channel, Cash App, $ CJ Good 313, Venmo CJ Good 313, PayPal link in the description. Hit the link tree. Find me everywhere: TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. Appreciate the love, support. Peace.